Shubhodayam, good morning. Sir, membrane biogenesis is function of which cell organelle? Membrane biogenesis. What is membrane biogenesis? Good morning everyone, good morning. Good morning. Someone has kept the question before my arrival. Good morning, I am good. I hope you all are good. Good morning. Are you aware that on 5th of May, your Akkas and Annas are going to write the NEET examination? Right, so our whole system is, we have tied our seat belts to train them, to help them to give their maximum, whatever they can. See, we can never, good morning, bachcho, good morning, YouTube. Good morning, YouTube. Anime, beta, abhi anime ki baat mat karo, please, for the class. After that, you can talk about anime or penime, right? So, good morning, everyone. Now, the first thing I have to talk is about the test, the zoology test. In fact, or shall I call it a test, is a very basic information we are asking, right? So that everyone who has joined even late also, they can do. Any question which anyone find any difficulty? Every one of you is closely observed by our team. Your marks are closely observed. So they are making a sheet of, the top 20 students like that. They are making the sheet. 325 out of 360. Okay, 60 on 60 in zoology, Kushal. Good. 60 on 60. Who else? 60 on 60. Who else? Me too. Okay. Oh, 312. Okay, 55. No worries. 55 and 60 are same. Because one question mistake is something which is not a weakness of a student. Anyone can do it. It's a chance only. It is a chance that we couldn't tick the correct option or bubbling. So I take even 55 as same. Okay, 53 kaise aayenge tumhare 53? That means one mistake. No, you cannot get 53. 53 कैसे होगा? हाँ, if you leave 53, 7 नहीं हो पाएगा. How it is possible? 53, 51 is possible. Yeah, 51 is possible. 51 कैसे होगा? Because one mistake and one you left. One got wrong and one you left. That is, I left one question. One you left. That means you are going to get 56. If the one you attempted all and that becomes wrong, it becomes 55. Okay. So if you are not very sure, it is better to leave it so that you can be 1 mark ahead of the other. And in competition, 1 mark does matter. Every mark matters. Every marks. Okay. Okay, bachcho. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Shubhodayam. No, I mean, we cannot say Bhavna ki what they are doing, but that is, every academic institute cannot leave the result of any test without analyzing. That's what I was about to say to you, that because you are not coming here, so we are not interacting in person. So my job is to tell you on this medium so that whenever you are writing, write with such an intent that someone will be observing. Please, if you don't write the examination, it gave a even wrong impression, bad impression. It is even like if you write and don't score good, lot of consolation is there. But if you don't write the examination, there is no consolation for that, no consolation. Yes, we may fall sick, but what the system will think that you have left it. So if anything is there, do inform the system about the week or any disease or something. Okay, bacho? So do I need to discuss any question here? The previous day test, do I need to discuss any question? Rank 37, okay, good. I'll bring your rank next day when I come. I'll bring all your result so that I can tell you that what we were observing in that. 294, good. Images are not showing in exam. Images are not showing, and this is a serious concern. Did you inform, Prasad ji or someone who has uploaded that? Did you inform? Is there any tab coming that you can communicate to us? You can say that some problem is there, right? You can tell me no, there is nothing. You got 325. Those who got 60 on 60, tell me how did you see the images? आप लोगों को images कैसे दिखे? You informed Prasad ji. Okay. Very clear. Okay. He will, what images? Even I don't know, some diagram-based questions, I think. Some diagram-based question. I don't remember because in physics, chemistry, they may give you some diagram or something. By mistake, I had submitted my solution, but I did not answer some of the questions. It is a learning, bache, learning that you will not get a chance to read it again. So whenever you are doing, you sit with an intent that you will only leave your computer or your system, laptop, mobile, whatever, after completing. Don't leave it before that. Because once you leave that, or even you change the screen, I think if you make it down also, if you minimize the screen, then also it will take, I think. So they are making it very much proof that those who are writing online, they do minimum cheating. Cheating is not. Okay, but unfortunately, I got 225. No worries. Why is there an option to attempt the test 2 to 3 times? I don't know which question you're talking about. Which question? Where do we get all the gift classes at a time? At a time, YouTube's Shri Gosalites Medical Academy, YouTube, you can see all the gift classes. Not only this year, but I think the previous year also. But at least this year, I'm sure because I'm observing each and every whether they are uploaded or not. And so all are uploaded. Only once it happened that my class and physics class in between, the technician did not come. And when I left the room, the studio, the physics teacher has come and he started taking the class. So what happened that only after he completed the system, the technician, he cancelled it and uploaded it, right? So obviously kya hua? On the screen, what is coming on the YouTube, it is coming physics class. But it is a longer class, you can see it is a 2-hour class. The first hour is zoology hour. You can just scroll and you can put it fast and back. You can find that even zoology class initial, I think zoology class later, initially it was physics class, something like that. So that is there. Only one class it happened. Okay, my dear students, as you are not giving me any question to discuss, I can start with the some more points of the muscular tissue. If you remember muscular tissue, we were talking about muscular tissue. Let me ask you one question. Which germinal layer muscular tissues originate? Which germinal layer? It is mesoderm, you are right. Mesoderm, wonderful answer, wonderful. Let me see. Yeah, here also, very good. Mesoderm, perfect. So all muscles arise from mesoderm. That is, I think, clear to everyone. Now, point number 2 is, in terms of the body weight, it is the heaviest tissue. It is the heaviest tissue in the human body. So in terms of the weight of the tissue, it is the heaviest. But when they ask you the most widespread tissue, then you can write connective tissue, right? Most widespread tissue in the body is the connective tissue. But in terms of the weight, okay? So it is the heaviest tissue among all the 4 types of tissues. In our body, there are 3 types of muscles. As you know, the muscles which are attached to the skeleton, they are called skeletal muscles. The muscles which are making the wall of the hollow organ. They are known as the visceral muscles and the muscles that make up our heart. So the wall of the heart is made by cardiac muscle. You know the cardiac. You know this word cardia? Cardia means heart. Cardia means heart. So cardiac, that means it is belonging to heart. Skeletal. You know skeleton, we have a skeleton, endoskeleton made up of bones and cartilage. Some part bone, some parts cartilage, skeleton. The muscles associated with the skeleton are called skeletal muscles and the visceral muscles. Now, you are going to learn a new word today, and that is viscera. The new word here is viscera. What is this viscera all about? Now, where you might have heard about this other than biology? In the newspaper, when I was in class 8th or 9th, I was going through the newspaper or state paper there, and it used to come in Hindi, and I found that in the post-mortem examination, okay, they have written कि विसरा दे दिया गया है. विसरा जांच के लिए दे दिया गया है. The viscera has been sent for examination. So that's a post-mortem report that they have put. It was a case of a college student being murdered, so we all were like getting sensational, and we were reading, even we were kids. I could not understand what is this viscera. Okay, so class 10th I think I came, but even though it was not very clear, in class 12th it was somewhat clear, somewhat. Only when I joined my graduation, then though it was perfectly clear in the very first month. Body viscera word is used so many times. So what is this viscera? Viscera is all the soft organs inside the body. All these soft organs inside the body. All these soft organs inside the body that constitute our viscera. All soft organs that include our lungs, include our heart. Yes, heart is also. That include our stomach, our esophagus, stomach. That include our intestines, large intestine, small intestine, right? That include our mesenteries, that include our big blood vessels, okay? So all that constitute our body viscera. Soft organs inside the body cavity called viscera. Okay, let us see the definition of viscera so that we can at least learn a definition, and wherever required we can produce this definition, which is the more official type of definition. Visceral or viscera. Actually, visceral means related to viscera. So the real word here is viscera. So first of all, they have given how to pronounce the word.
Viscera.
Okay, how to pronounce the word. The Americans call it viscera. Like we Indian, we make it viscera. Okay, Americans viscera. That is a pronunciation that is different. Now let us take it. Viscera, wrestler. No. Not wrestling. We want to know the meaning of it in terms of anatomy. What does viscera means? The soft internal organs of the body, including the lungs, the heart, and the organs of digestive, excretory, and reproductive system. Our lungs, our heart, and all our intestines, excretory, ante our urinary bladder, urethra, kidneys, and reproductive system. That means our in the female ovaries, okay, uterus, vagina, and in the males, okay, we have testes and all the ducts which are associated that constitute our reproductive organs. Okay, bacho, that is the definition. All the soft internal organs of the body, and these are the examples of viscera. So you can go with that definition which is written on the board. I think that is more or less same only. Okay, so related to viscera is visceral muscles. Okay, so here, where is this muscle? Visceral muscles are making up the wall of digestive tract. Digestive tract. I hope you understand digestive tract. I hope you understand this digestive tract. We also call it alimentary canal, wall of digestive tract. You can find these in the blood vessels, wall of blood vessels, wall of blood vessels, blood vessels. Then where else you can find them in the wall of urinary bladder, in the wall of urinary bladder. These are some big examples of visceral muscles. Wall of the intestines, stomach, then wall of the blood vessels. Yes, blood vessels, the big one, they have got big amount of walls. And then wall of the urinary bladder that we just now discussed, urinary bladder, that is also visceral. Cardiac, now don't get confused, sir, you said heart is a viscera, but here you have taken heart. No, heart is example of viscera. But in terms of the muscles, the heart are kept aside. Heart are different. Heart. So when we say it is a definition, it does not mean that all the visceral organs have the same type of muscle. No. It means that wherever it is present, it is on the viscera only. It will not be on the skeleton. It will be on the viscera. It will not be on the skeleton or associated with the heart. It is other than that. अब कहाँ पे होगा इसके अलावा? Where it is? एकड़ा. Then it is in the wall of digestive tract, wall of the blood vessels, and wall of urinary bladder. I think all your minds, you have memorized it. Okay, I can see that in your mind this information is well organized, and I don't know how I can see. Okay, so let me talk some more points about this muscle. Now, if I tell you this muscle, and that the biceps brachii muscle that we are all aware of, the biceps brachii, which help my arm to flex, this movement is called flexion. So if I take out my muscle, how do you see? So when I take out my muscle, okay, so you will see it something like this. You will see a big belly of the muscle, and then you will also see that it has got attachments, some attachments which are helping it to attach to the bones. So there are two attachments from where it originates. Therefore, the name bicep. Bi means two and sep means head. It is having two heads. Therefore, bicep. Tricep means having three heads. Bicep having two heads. The word bi and seps. Bi means two and sep means heads. So it has got two heads of origin, and therefore the name biceps. And what are these tissues, bachcho? Tell me, what are these tissues? Yes, bachcho, these are tendons. What are these? These are all tendons. Tendons. With the help of tendons, it is attached to the bones. With the help of tendons, it is attached to the bones. So one end of the tendon is attached to the muscle, other end of the tendon is attached to the bones. Okay. My dear children, are you okay with this? So far, whatever I told you, I have taken you inside the body and I am showing you this muscle. This is our biceps brachii, and from here we will go inside and more deeper to see how this is from inside. Although right now I will not take you to the molecular level, because at that level only in the first year I will take you, right? Right now I can just give you some basic information, right? So what you see, this is all lot of connective tissue. But before that, tell me, this tendon, which type of connective tissue is tendon? Come on, tell me. And YouTube also, I will shout out your name. Anyone, I'll shout out your name. Yes, please. Can you please explain again? I can't understand. I did not explain anything. It is a dense regular tissue. Very good. Dense regular. Very good. I think I want to see more example. Dense regular. Yes. Here. Yes, here also dense regular. Very good. So never forget it is a dense and regular. Dense regular connective tissue. Very good. Yesterday when sir was asking me, sir, can I give this question? Our students can understand this or not? You can give. I know my kids, they will do that. Okay, but he was skeptical whether to give or not in the test. ये क्वेश्चन आया था? Did you get this question? No? No, you? Yes, some people are no. Okay. Well, if you get this, I think you would have done the answer, dense regular connective tissue. My dear bachcho, so from here, let me take you inside. Someone was writing, sir, I did not understand. I just tell you that this is our muscle and I have just taken you inside the body. I am showing you one of the muscles inside, and this muscle, as you all know, it is a biceps. Biceps, the full name is biceps brachii. So bi means two and sep means head. Why it is called bicep? The reason because it has got 1 and 2. It has got two heads of origin. And what is this head? This is actually a tendon. Tendon of origin. Actually, every muscle has got one tendon by which, and at one side it is attached to the bones, and other end also is attached with the help of a tendon. Now, in anatomy, both these tendons have some different features. Now, one of them is known as origin, and one of them is called origin, and one is insertion. And depending upon the part which is moving, we call that part as insertion, and the part which remains stationary, that part of the tendon or that head is called the origin. So what happens here, when I flex my elbow, this muscle contracts, and you find that my elbow the angle is shortening. Now this is simple a lever action. It is simply a lever action, It is simply a lever action. In class 9th or 10th, you would have studied about levers, lever actions. Okay. If not, then when I write the example, then you will understand. There is something known as the load or resistance, something called the load or resistance. The point of movement, we call it as fulcrum. You remember? Fulcrum. And the load, this is going down, the weight. And also, you will find that effort will be there, effort. So here, the effort is taken through this. Now, this one is attached to the forearm. This wala tendon. This one is attached to the forearm. Okay. So that is the effort. I'll make a muscle here. And if you understand, then you can tell me, or else I will tell you what to do. No doubt, if you understand, it will be very interesting for you to learn the remaining part, and not only this chapter, but also the movement and locomotion chapter. Now, this is how the muscle is attached. Now, these are some bones here. I will not make those bones. I'm just showing you this lever. So what is happening? The effort is, this is effort, this is fulcrum, and this is the resistance. So here, effort is in the middle of fulcrum and resistance. Sometimes fulcrum is in middle of effort and resistance. Or sometimes the resistance is in middle of the fulcrum and one side is effort. So FRE, this free is always there in every type of lever. Okay, let me confirm it first. Did you read about levers in your junior classes? Did you read about lever? What is dense, regular? Better don't spam me, please. Don't spam me, Sampath. Better, even if one message I will read it now, and or else you can tell me later on by WhatsApp. I am answering. Okay, 99% I am answering on that also. You can. Okay, so you have not studied about the liver. No, no, not liver as the body organ. I am talking about LEVER, liver. That is LIVER. What is a body organ? Anyways, this is how the physics is. Now, what is happening when this muscle is contracting? There is shortening of the length. Now, as per physics, what they will say that this will and this will both will come closer. Both will come closer. Okay, they both will come closer to reduce this angle. Right? Simple. ये effort बीच में है. Physics says that both will come closer because this is the force and therefore it is bringing both of them. But in human anatomy or in anatomy, this is little different. In anatomy, they say that only one end move. Both the ends don't move. So what happens? By contraction of the bicep, this elbow will come up. This forearm will come up. It won't happen that I do like this. I don't do. I'm not doing like this. I'm just flexing. So this part is coming up. This part is not going and they both are meeting. It is not happening, right? So this is a little different in the muscles and therefore the names are there, different origin and insertion. Well, that was just an extra knowledge for you guys. Just remember tendon, and tendon is an example of a dense, regular connective tissue. And to Sampath, I can say to you, beta, Sampath, I can explain you later on, or I can send you some PDF wherein very simple language you can read about them. NCERT textbook also has given even the diagram. It's given how the regular and irregular connective tissue. This is on the basis of the arrangement of the fibers. But if you have not attended those classes, don't worry. Everything will be repeated again. So don't worry about that. My dear bachon, have you understood? Now I am just finding that this muscle is having lot of layers around, and these are just connective tissue layers. And these layers are known as, I'll call them as fascia. I'll call them fascia. So what is outside what you see is fascia. Say with me, this is fascia, fascia. This is all connective tissue. It is all fibrous connective tissue. It is all connective tissue, fibrous connective tissue, right? So it is called fascia. Now, if you want to look inside, let us cut this muscle. Let us cut this muscle and you will see the cut end. Now you are seeing the cut end, and outside you see this is all fascia. The fascia is surrounding, it is a white fibrous connective tissue, and inside you will find the very muscle. So here I am showing the muscle. So from here the muscle is beginning from here, and what you see here that it is having some more cylindrical structures inside. The muscle has further some cylindrical structures like this. When you see the muscle as a cut end, you will see something like this. Okay, and what is here? All empty spaces. They are occupied by the connective tissue. So don't worry, different type of connective tissues are there that will fill up all these gaps. Areolar tissue is there, which is filling up all the gaps. Outside is the fibrous connective tissue, and in between lot of areolar tissue is there. The most widely distributed connective tissue. Okay, bacho. Now all these, what you see, these bundles are known as fascicles. These bundles are called fascicles. Say with me, fascicles. What was the outer covering? Fascia, fascia, fascia. This is fascicles, fascicles. What was that? Fascia. And you can just ignore because you have not done them earlier. You can just, I think those who are in ICSE board, it is there in the books of ICSE board in class 5 or class 7, I think. ICSE board. My daughter, I have read this. I explained myself. It is there. You know? Levers are there. 3 types of lever. First order lever, second order lever. Well, don't worry. We can do it without that also. Okay, so this everything you can ignore. You can ignore this mottam. This all you can ignore. Don't worry about that. We can understand it even without this also. So, muscle cut section. This cut section is known as, tell me, what is this section? Is it a longitudinal section or transverse section? Tell me, what is this section? Come on, let me check your knowledge. We already discussed about that. This section that you are seeing, this is a longitudinal or a transverse section. Come on. Yes, maximum correct answer. Very good, love you guys, love you. And here also, correct answer. It is TS, transverse section. Very good. It is transverse section of muscle belly. Right? If you cut it like this, parallel to the long axis, this is the long axis. If you do it like this, then it would be a longitudinal section. But here, to see inside, I have done the transverse section. I am showing you. Now, I have to take out one fascicle. Let me take out one fascicle out, okay? Now, this is one fascicle. One fascicle. Let us take out one fascicle. And what you see in the fascicle, you will see the muscle cells. Inside the fascicles, you are going to see muscle cells, okay? So, this is a fascicle. It is a fascicle. Now, from outside, it doesn't look like what is there, okay? This is a fascicle. Fascicle, one fascicle. And one fascicle, again, TS of a fascicle, transverse section. TS of the fascicle, you will see something like this. And inside the fascicle, you will find the muscle cells. So now we have reached the very muscle cell. These are all muscle cells. The red color one, they are the muscle cells. The red one. The purple one is the outline of fascicle. So this is the fascicle. And these are muscle cells. Muscle cells are also called muscle fibers. We can call them as muscle cells or muscle fibers. We can call them as muscle cells or muscle fibers. So how the cell is forming a big muscle, we have gone to that level. Now inside the cell, there are units which is helping a cell to shorten whenever there is a nerve impulse. And when it shortens, then you will find that the length is short and movement at the fulcrum takes place. These are the muscle cells. And in the muscle cells, okay, let me show you one muscle cell. This is a muscle cell. Come on. Please verify me. Have you understood this one or not? Or shall I keep my level further low? Are you understanding this? Now this is a muscle cell. Now why I'm calling it a fiber? Because the cell, normally we assume a cell to be like this. But this is a long one, therefore scientists used to call it as muscle fiber. So actually this is a cell and this is the plasma membrane. The plasma membrane of the cell. This is the plasma membrane, okay? This is the plasma membrane of the cell. Plasma membrane, and you know that plasma membrane is the outline of a cell. It is a muscle cell, right? It is a muscle cell or muscle fiber. fiber, leda cell, muscle fiber or muscle cell, one of the same thing. And what you see inside is even more interesting. And that is a point where I have to bring you. And for that only, I have done all that drama before. And you know what you see inside? You see something like this. You will find some dark bands and light bands. You will find these dark bands and light bands in the form of these stripes, dark band and light band. And bachcho, what is the beauty here? That the cells are running parallel to each other. They are packed together and they are parallel to each other. So you even see in the fascicle also, you will find the storage space is nearly full. Will install or fail to start clean storage. ये क्या करना है boys? What to do? You people are more smart than us. Confirm or clear? ये गायब तो नहीं हो जाएगा सारा? Clear? ये confirm में क्या कर रहा है कि system will stall or fail to start the application. Please clean up the storage space. Otherwise, the system will stall. Clean. Thank God, this has not gone anywhere. Okay. People were laughing how the sir was asking. मेरे को नहीं पता बेटा. This generation is even more smarter than us in terms of all these gadgets and all. My little girl, she was around 7 years old. I got struck. My laptop was making some problems in opening many files. It was long back. My laptop was, so I got struck. Now that little girl who is not knowing the birds and bees, what she told me, Papa, reboot. Now what reboot means? Restart, reboot. And I think she has somewhere heard this word, and she knows that whenever we are stuck somewhere in the laptop, the only thing is restart the laptop. That's little girl. I have never explained anything about the laptop or how the problems can come on laptop. And she told me, reboot, Papa. Hardware problem solved by reboot. And it really solved. It was really solved. At that time, we did not have cameras readily available. Otherwise, I would have filmed that lovely moment. Okay, bacho. So the fascicle also look like some dark and light stripes are there, dark and light bands. And really, if you remove the fascia and if you see it closely with the lens, so under the lens, you will find that the whole muscle is having some dark and light bands. And this is the reason, bachcho, skeletal muscle can also be known as striped or striated muscle. इसको क्या बोल सकते हैं बेटा अपन? Striated, stria means stripes, striated muscles, okay? So the word striated muscle, striated means stripes. Stria. What are these? These are stria. Okay? Stria means stripes. It is moving, but not showing. What about two? Two also moving. Anyways. Okay. So what these are stripes. We have striped garments, na? Clothes, शर्ट में लाइन बना हुआ क्या बोलते हैं? स्ट्राइप्स है ये, स्ट्राइप वाला शर्ट है, स्ट्राइप्स. अब उसमें लैटिन वर्ड इज स्ट्राइटेड. स्ट्राया मीन्स स्ट्राइप्स. एंड द मसल पेरू alternate pair of a skeletal muscle is striated muscle. Striated. Okay, now the other one is not having stripes. It is not having stripes. So अब इसको क्या बोल सकते हैं? Because it is not having any lines, you don't find the lines. It is known as the smooth muscles. Smooth muscle. We call the other one, the visceral, as the smooth muscle. Now let's come to cardiac. Now what heart is saying, bro, don't mess with us. Let us get name only one. You may have many names in skeletal, striated, visceral, smooth. Heart is only heart. So heart is cardiac muscles. So no alternate name of the cardiac muscles, but the alternate name of visceral is smooth muscles, skeletal is striated muscles. Bachcho, can you control these muscles? Can you control the skeletal muscles by your own will? Why not? I want to drink water. I am taking this water till here. After that, a reflex prevent the water to enter into my respiratory tract. There is a reflex, and that is not in my control. It's a visceral reflex. I'll show you the reflex, okay? Now let's see. I'll swallow the water, and you find something in my throat area will rise up. That is my larynx. Now see. Did you see something rising up? I did not do. You can see by on your own also. You also don't do it voluntarily. That is happening. And after that, all the water, all the food is moving without our voluntary control. It is moving, and therefore, that is involuntary. Now skeletal muscle, because we can control the working of the skeletal muscle, therefore these muscles can also be known as the voluntary muscle. The word voluntary means which can be controlled by our wish, okay? We can also call them as voluntary muscles. And these are the visceral muscles are also known as the involuntary muscles, okay? Involuntary muscles. So now we have three names: skeletal, striated, voluntaries. All three mean same. Visceral, smooth, involuntary. All three mean same. The first name is where they are located. The second name, how they look like. And the third name, how they work like. The first name, where they are. Second name, how they look like. The third name is based on how do they work. Getting my point? And I told you earlier that don't mess with the heart muscles, cardiac muscles. Even in the terminology, the one terminology only for the cardiac. Now, bachcho, can you control our heart? Yes or no? And answer is perfectly no. We cannot control our heart. The heart is not beating by our own control. Yes, if something happens to us, the heart rate can increase, but even though we cannot increase at our own will, and neither we can decrease at our own will, yes, we can do some practice, some exercise of the breathing, but we cannot do any exercise of the heart. Heart is beating uncontrolled. Is it clear? So it is also involuntary inaction. But as I told you, we cannot call it involuntary muscle because this name is already given to visceral muscle. Similarly, now the heart muscle, how they look like. Come on, how the heart muscles look like. And let me tell you, the heart muscles also look like having dark and light bands, striated. They look like striated, but again, we don't call them striated muscle because this peru, the name, the term is given to the this muscle. Are you guys understanding? Right. So the heart muscle, can I say one statement? Can I say that the cardiac muscles or the heart muscles, the cardiac muscles look like skeletal, and work like visceral. Can I say this? The cardiac muscles look like skeletal because in the cardiac muscle also, if you see, you will find these dark and light bands in the cardiac muscles also. The cardiac muscles look like skeletal and work like visceral, because how they work like visceral? As visceral we cannot control their contraction, same we cannot control the contraction of the heart. Is the point clear to you? That line, the statement, and believe me, this is statement in any of the tests you are going to get this. Maybe our internal test, maybe any external test, maybe the final NEET examination also, it's an important test. The cardiac muscles, they appear like skeletal and they work like visceral, okay? Acha, can I rewrite the statement? Come on, can I rewrite the statement like this? You tell me please. You approve me, then I will rewrite this. Tell me, can I rewrite the statement like this? I can rewrite the cardiac muscles resemble the skeletal muscles anatomically and resembles the visceral muscles physiologically. You know, the physiology means how the body is working. Physiology means how the body is working, right? So the cardiac muscles are resembling the skeletal muscles anatomically. Anatomy means how the body look like, the structure, and physiology means function. Anatomy means structure, internal structure, and physiology means function. Anatomy means internal structure. So anatomically, that means structure wise, they are resemble means look like, okay? Is the statement clear to you? Now I am coming to you to take your opinion. Till here I was in a row, I was just going one after the other. Now I am taking your opinion. Guys, our smooth muscles, also known as non-striated. This word is not a very good word. You can call it, but if someone say like that, yes, they are referring to the same muscle. We can write, fine, anatomy. What is anatomy? Anatomy, study of internal structures. Physiology, study of the body organs, functioning of the organs. What is physiology? Study of how the body functions. What is physiology? Physiology, study of body functions. Anatomy. What is anatomy? Study of internal structure. So the first year of MBBS, you are going to read these three topics, that is anatomy, human anatomy, then human physiology, or to be more precise, medical physiology, and the third topic, the third subject is biochemistry, and two of them are really scary. That is anatomy, horrible, and the another thing is a biochemistry. That is also something. Anatomy. In anatomy is so much to learn, but interesting, because you will be given a dead body, but that dead body is a respectable dead body. We call that as cadaver. Cadaver. What do we call it? Cadaver. Cadaver. And the closing remarks. Closing remarks. 2 points. The first is my closing remark. In the closing remark, I want to ask you one question. If I am studying the outer, how the body look like from outside, okay, so how much is this centimeter, how much is this centimeter, how is this centimeter, okay, what's the color, how this color look like, how it is dorsally, how it is ventrally, how it is lateral, all these outer, but I am not going inside, I am doing from outside. What is that called? Come on, what is that called? सारे यहीं पे कर लो, लव स्टोरिया. वाह. Yes, it is called morphology. Morphology. Very good. It is called morphology. Very good. And this is really, you are good. You are correct. Absolutely correct. Morphology. Morpho. Morpho means body form without cutting. See the word anatomy. Anatomy has tummy in it. And you know what that tummy means? Tummy means to cut. So anything that you can study after cutting, that is known as anatomy. Anatomy, that means internal, because the word anatomy has one suffix. And what is that? T-O-M-Y, tummy. And tummy means to cut. To cut. Very good. To cut. I know time up, beta. And the second point I want to ask you, brain also called, yes, brain is a viscera, bache. Yes, correct. Brain is also viscera. Okay, ligation. Ligation is tying up. Tying up. You know, tying up the two things is called ligation. You know, tying up two broken ends, I am tying them together. That is called ligation. My dear bachcho, one point I want to ask you. When I explained you about the muscle, about how the internal structure is like, I cut it, and then I saw fascicle, fascia, and then we saw this fascicle, and when I just opened up the fascicle, I found the fiber, the muscle cell. So we have reached up to the level of a muscle cell. And let me show these are the nuclei. These are the nuclei. So I am also sharing these PDF with you. Now, are you understanding all that, so that I can keep this level in my remaining classes, or shall I reduce the level? बच्चों बताओ. Same level, shall I keep or reduce? Okay, reduce. ठीक है. ठीक है. The number of people say reduce. On that basis, I will, I will optimize myself. Keep it. Same level, keep it. Now, maximum are keep it, and some are reduced. So I understand how much to optimize it. Continue this level. ठीक है. I got your point. I got your point. ठीक है. Okay. Only you are saying time up. Otherwise, I would have given the short summary of everything. You are saying time up. Okay, don't worry. So on the next turn, we will make sure that we will be taking some last 10 minutes. We will be utilizing the last 10 minutes in summing up all what we have done on that day. Okay, good idea. I got it from the students only. As I told you, that students also make us learn a lot of things. We always learn in the classes. You are making us smarter day by day. Okay, बच्चों. Eyes, अब हाँ बेटा वो भी बॉडी बिस रही है. In terms of the definition, soft organ से बॉडी के अंदर का वो सारा विसरा है. ठीक है. Yes, in terms of that, tab 59, we can call it. Brain is made up of which tissue? Brain is made up of neural tissue, neural, nervous tissue, neural tissue, is it? right? Neural tissue, very good, Sudeshna. Okay, your name, my name is Dr. Anurag Verma. We have binomial nomenclature. The first name is my own name and the second name is my family name. Here we call it as initials, okay? So that is Verma. So in my house, all are Verma and all have different first name. So that different first name is my Anurag, okay? And doctor is what I earned, my degree, my graduation in medicine, and from that day I am called Dr. Anurag Verma. Even on all visa documents also come by the name of Dr. Anurag Verma, right? So even whenever I apply for the visa, they give the visa to Dr. Anurag Verma. That respect even they maintain. Trinomial nomenclature we don't have, okay? How many neurons? Many million. My number, Lenovo tab, okay? Might be, bacha, you have joined late, probably it is the reason. Otherwise, I have shared my number from time to time. No worries, I will share it now. The only problem is YouTube. I'll note down. Note down. Note down. Note down. Okay. Okay, bacho. 988-717-333-5. Okay. Okay. QR code. Okay, you can take this QR code. Bye-bye, take care. God bless you all. Bye-bye, take care. Bye-bye. God bless you all. Bye-bye, take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, bachcho. Bye-bye, everyone out there. God bless you all. God bless you. God bless you all. God bless you always. God bless you. God bless you. Bye-bye.